Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the farm. It's an absolutely glorious day out here this morning. We rang the bell last night. Actually, we hit minus 20 degrees Celsius, which for our American viewers works out to be, would that be minus 4 freedom units? I think that's what that would be. So pretty chilly. Anyways, we're gonna get the little yellow tractor figured out here. The one without the cab, that seems to make a lot of sense. We're gonna plow some snow when it's minus 20. And a tractor that has no cab on it. So hence the big woolly hat, hence the 2 coats, the insulated pants, and the big gloves. It's gonna be a time. Still got the sheep over here. They seem to be doing good in the lambing pen. We did get a little bit more snow last night, not much. Just enough to get, the mini wheats kind of look on the bales there. But nothing by comparison to what we've had over the last week. Now it looks like we're in for the deep freeze for about a week, 10 days or so. And then hopefully right around the last part of the first week of December, we should start to warm up again a little bit. Do something a little bit more reasonable. I wouldn't say seasonal, but more reasonable. Anyways, this whole idea about snow plowing really all hinges on whether or not this old girl starts. The other day I come out, it was minus 16. I've had it plugged in. I got a block heater plugged in off the end of the lights, actually. So it's funny when I plug the block heater in how dim the lights went. It's actually not quite as bright in here, but it did fire it up. It was a little bit of blue smoke. It was like, our whole house is like that right now, except for me. But anyways, we're gonna get it fired up, if it'll fire up. And then I gotta move big box from our greenhouse, which put the whole greenhouse package up there out of the way. So that's awesome. But that stupid crate, I need to come at it with a chainsaw and just burn it. But it's got so many screws and nails in the doggone thing that, that becomes a whole thing to manage too, right? So anyways, I'll chop it up. I'll have to put it piece by piece into tiny little pieces into the burn barrel, burn it, wait for the ashes to cool down, and dump everything into the dumpster. So that's not going to happen today because I got too much on the go. But I'll move the bag of grain, and then we're going to try to get it out the big door and get the grater blade on it. And then by then I'll probably need a bit of a warm up. So we got a whole pile of boxes and whatnot to burn this morning. Carm went to Grand Prairie the other day and bought some new blinds for our kitchen and living room windows. So fun fact, when we put our kitchen window in, it seems that the sun, like where you're at the head of the kitchen table, the sun, when it comes over top of the barn, will just laser beam into your eyes if you're sitting at the kitchen table. So, whatever. I like sunshine as much as the next guy, but I don't like it, burning a hole in my retinas. So she got some blinds, so we put them in the kitchen window, but she also put some in the living room window. I think same reason, right? It's a certain time of year where the sun's just blazing in, mostly in the summertime. And, the living room's 28 degrees, and so you're firing off the air conditioner, and you just don't need to do that, right? So just click the blinds closed, keep everything nice and cool. Obviously try to make you, like this time of year, we want that light. We want that light to just shine right in, help heat the house. It's fantastic. But in the summertime, it does get a bit much. Anyways, let's see if this old girl will fire up here. I think she will. I got a good feeling about this. Make sure it's out of gear. I had a scare there about a month ago. I feel like that too. Better make sure the gas is turned on here even. Oh yeah, gas is on. I might need to give it a little bit of choke here. A little bit of chokey choke. Warm up for a bit. Open the door, let it warm up for a bit before I make it work too hard. Got all yellow fired up there and moved the crate, moved the grain bag, brought it back up here to the shop, and I'm just getting some oil for the power steering. Power steering is real stiff, and that's not because it's cold, it's because it's low. It's got a constant leak. That's one thing about that tractor is I never have to change the oil because it just leaks enough that I just keep topping it up. But anyways, I've run 1040, I've run 530, run I don't think I've ever ran actual power steering fluid. I've run ATF in there. So I should be able to just on the wax on, wax off of that old steering wheel and fly around the yard here. But I think I'm gonna have to put a toque on a toque. I got my big white balaclava on. I left it in the tractor here yesterday. I'm gonna need this bad boy to keep the cheeks warm. No cab. That's I'm gonna build some character here, let's just say that. I try pretty hard on most days to have, you know, kind of a well thought out plan, maybe use a little logic in my decision making process. Anyways, I got everything all rigged up on the tractor here. I was like, you can see right there, that's where the grader blade is in the snow. So I'm 25 feet away from it. Ran out of gas. Should have checked that first. One thing I did logically decide to do though is get my snowmobile helmet out over top of the balaclava, and I'm too warm. Too warm is a problem I can live with rather than too cold. So I'm gonna be driving the cabless tractor with a snowmobile helmet on, and I'm gonna be as warm as if I were in Mexico. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Maybe not my toes, but definitely the old nose is gonna be running like crazy for sure. It's one of those days. Oh well. All in a day's work. Well, I got gas in the tractor. Crank it over. Can't get it to fire up. Now the batteries. I killed the battery. I tell you, it's one of those days. So I'm gonna get the truck. See if I can get the truck in there without getting stuck. Give the tractor a boost. This is the thing, like when it's minus 20 or colder, any colder than that, everything has a set amount of time it should take, right? But the minute you hit like that minus 20 mark, just throw that number out the window, because everything just becomes exponentially harder, like so much harder. And things that should work don't work, and things that should fit just break. What do they come in here for? Booster cables. Let's start with that. All right, let's try this again. Kind of how I feel today too, but I'll let it slide this time, I guess. What a time. Well, plowing's going. It is as hard as I predicted. I just don't got enough weight on the back end of that old Massey to really take a big bite. We're gonna take these light little sweeps with the blade kicked as, you know, as close to a straight line as it can possibly go. But I did get the stuff in front of the house cleaned out. I'm gonna move some vehicles around. I gotta do this stuff here in front of the shop. I don't know if that old Volkswagen's even gonna start, to be honest. We'll give her a try here. Well, I've been amazed by less interesting things, but I kind of had to dig my way into the Volkswagen on this side. The snow was drifted up halfway up the car. Whoa, 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 boom, fired right up. I'm gonna get a snow brush. I can at least see to back this thing out of here. We'll park it up by the house and we'll get plowing in here. Hopefully that thing doesn't run out of gas while I wait. I wish there was a way for me to film me, 6'5", 265, getting into that thing in the middle of a snowbank. Sardines in a can is what comes to mind. It's moved. Now we can carry on plowing. Well, I'd say, well, judging by the mustache, we're officially plowed out here. Got that pad all done, all the way to the end of the driveway. The grader man actually come up. I was pretty impressed about that. I haven't seen a grader man all year. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go see about a cup of tea and some chicken noodle soup here.